Dennis, got anything to say about thou shalt not kill?
It'll be brief. It's an incorrect translation, but I don't blame the King James people. I do blame any modern translator who translates it as do not kill. It's do not murder. Hebrew has two words for homicide or for killing, just as English does. Kill and murder. In Hebrew, harag and ratzach. This is ratzach. It's clear it's do not murder. Murder is illegal killing. There is legal killing. You can kill an animal to eat it. You can kill a human in self-defense. So if it said do not kill, we would have to be pacifists and vegetarians.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so can we delve perhaps more particularly into the distinction between murder and killing? You mentioned self-defense. I suppose that's extended under some conditions to self-defense and warfare.
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So as far as you're concerned, this is clearly not a call to something like pacifism or vegetarianism.
I would only correct, it's not as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, okay.
As far as the Bible's concerned.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my read at all. It's, again, a modern translation should not do not kill. It's do not murder.
Mm. I'm curious, when Moses kills the Egyptian, do you know which word is used?
Neither. It was that he smote him, actually, in English. He hit him, and killed him. Same with Cain and Abel. Neither word was used, because neither seemed to intend to kill the other. In fact, in Cain's case, he probably didn't even know it would lead to death because he hadn't experienced it before. And in Moses' case, he simply wanted to stop the man from beating the slave. Maybe he intended to kill him, but it's not the word that's used.
So how do we reconcile the fact, for example, that there seems to be an ends justifying the means, in some sense, counter-argument lurking here? You might say, well, what makes killing in a just war not a sin? And it seems to be, please do jump in, everyone, it seems to be something like it's an action conducted in the service of something that's morally higher and superordinate in protection of that. But then that, for me, opens up the thorny problem of, well, the ends justify the means. If I'm aiming at something that I regard as holy, then doesn't that open up the entire landscape of catastrophic sacrifice to me if I want to employ it? And so how do we deal with that problem? John, do you have any ideas about that?
Yeah, to be honest, I've never thought about it that way. And so, I mean, there's clearly reasons to kill, like in the text, we will find reasons to kill because a lot of the laws, let's say the penalty for a lot of the sins in the text were going to be death. And so, for sure, in the culture of the text, it's not, like Dennis said, it's not about killing or not killing. I think it has more to do with the idea of doing it illegitimately.
Well, and so is the idea that as long as you're operating within the bounds of something like the subsidiary ethical framework, that those actions are justified. I've been thinking, for example, about vegan guilt about eating. Yeah. And so obviously our culture is rife with discussions about the morality of eating, which I think is extremely interesting. And one of the thoughts that's entered my mind, and I'm not exactly sure what to do with this, is that part of the reason that people are so guilty about what they eat is because if you do eat meat, you are killing something to sustain yourself, and that's not nothing. And we know it's not nothing from this discussion, in part because we note that God includes the cattle among those who get to take a break for the Sabbath, and so there's some inclination in the text to award a certain value to, let's say, lower animals, and so you shouldn't just be obviously killing them for fun. So why is it that eating them is okay? And one answer to that is, well, you need to eat them to survive.
But you go back to Noah, it's humans are made in the image of God. In other words, they are icons of God, and so they have a status. But I think you need to put the four together. So no murder is about life. No unfaithfulness is about the faithfulness in a family. No stealing is about property. And, you know, no false witness about people's reputation. In other words, you've got four of the foundational pillars of a community.
Right, so these are
And how you have,
the four basic principles
together.
upon which a minimal community has to be
And
established.
is it not right, Dennis? They're all second person singular. They're
Yes,
not
that's
generalized.
right. And that's worthy of note briefly, the singular.
And also,
You must feel commanded. You.
each of us individually. And also, as I understand it, there are only two words. So,
Right.
thou shalt not sounds sonorous.
Right. Don't.
Hebrew, no murder.
It would be, in English, don't murder.
Yeah,
That way you have two words.
Right.
I remember
So
as
it's
a
that
boy,
blunt.
Don't
when
steal,
I was
don't
a 10-year-old, the prefects would say, no talking.
Right,
That was it.
Right.
This is no murder,
right.
no stealing, no adultery. And you got the basic foundations of a community, civil order, and peace.
Dennis,